I therefore today challenge our young innovators to make their contribution to the accelerated realization of the Big Four agenda by coming up with innovations and technologies that can transform the lives of ordinary Kenyans. The future is in science and technology. Don't run away from it, embrace it, and become the greatness that God expects from each and every one of you.
My name is Mercy Osore, a member of the Coast Team Innovators. We have come up with an innovation, a hybrid underwater mobile vehicle. It's a hybrid of both remotely operated vehicle and autonomous underwater vehicle, two different robots. Briefly, I will explain what a remotely operated vehicle is. ROV in short is a tethered underwater mobile vehicle. It's a solution to subsea sensing and valuable in ocean exploration. They're able to explore the ocean without us being in the ocean, and they're able to travel to some of the deepest and darkest areas of the deep sea to understand life down there. They help us to locate and document sites underwater where divers cannot reach. ROVs, or underwater mobile vehicles, can also be used in broadcasting, like the National Geographic documentaries and shows. ROVs in the fisheries and aquaculture industry have been used to check if there are holes on the nets, inspection the fish cages, and also checking if there are moths for the purpose of health and sanitation. The ROVs, or underwater mobile vehicles, have also been used in the science and research industry. Scientists, the scientific community, they can use the ROV to discover different plants and animals in the deep sea, because many deep sea animals and plants have been discovered in the natural environment using the ROV. We use the public and safety. As a nation, we've had our own share of incidences where people drown into the ocean or vehicles plunging into the ocean, where search and recovery is required very fast. In this case, ROV can be used to retrieve crime scene evidences or things that cannot be retrieved by human direct control. ROVs have been used they help in trenching, dredging, cable laying, oil and mining, repair of equipment, hydrographic survey, etc. And a point to note is that the ROV is not a replacement for the hydrographic diver solution. They are a substitute when the diver is not available or the diver's safety is in question, because the cost and danger of placing man in the harsh and high working environments of the deep sea is very considerable, and only advanced technology can help us to explore this complex frontier. As I said earlier, what we have is a hybrid of both remotely operated vehicle and autonomous underwater vehicle. Now, the second robot is autonomous underwater vehicle, and unlike ROV, AUV is not tethered. It's programmable and it operates without human control. They perform their mission, and when they're done, they turn back to their pre-programmable locations so that data can be downloaded and processed. As we look at the Presidential Blue Economy Task Force, they oversee the intervention in achieving the objective in various sectors such as maritime transport, culture and tourism, fisheries and aquaculture, oil and mining, environmental conservation. These are sectors, if they make use of the ROVs or underwater mobile devices, it will uplift these sectors, hence boost our economy as a country.
This is our prototype of the remotely operated vehicle. So it's a prototype of 59 kilograms. That is the cab weight. We have a payload of 16 kilograms. So the total tail weight somewhere around 80 kilograms. Okay, focusing on the ROV, we have LED underwater searchlights. But we have the front, we have the back, we have all of them at the sides. We have our thrusters that propel the ROV inside the water. All of them are electric, and they are 12 volts DC brushless motor, propelling up to a maximum of 3,600 RPM. It has a transceiver of around, it uses RF and VHF frequency to be specific. It has a transceiver of about 3 kilometers range, and we are coding the information, decoding it such that when we lose communication, we are going to depend on Morse code for very deep water communication. And as you can see, we have we use 2.4 gigahertz for video transmission from the ground service to underwater, and from underwater again to the service. So we are going to use the infrared underwater camera that is waterproof on both sides. This amount of 360 degrees camera. We have ultrasound sensors, or the echo sounders, that make sure the ROV doesn't come into an infringement with any obstacle under the water. This is just a safety precaution. So we have two at the front. This is the transmitter, this is the receiver. We have one at the side, that is the transmitter and receiver. We have another one that works independently, that is both the receiver and the transmitter. Then we have these that are dependent. This is the transmitter and the receiver, just like the front. To add on that, we also have guard cages. The guard cages are 4, and in this case, in the navigation of the ROV, we have 2 thrusters that push the ROV front or back. Then we have 2 thrusters that will help lift the ROV, and due to its weight, sinking the ROV will be very easy, since the payload and the carburet are heavy. So we only have 1 thruster at the bottom to sink it, but lifting it up, we are going to use 2 thrusters. So just for the demonstration, we have the front searchlight, and if you come closer, from the front searchlights, we have the marker balloons. These are marker. It's just like a marker balloon, but for our case, we're using marker lights. Red light has the can be viewed from a very far point, or can travel in a very long distance. So if you can view it, you can see the red lights are blinking. This makes sure that when the ROV is at the waterbed or the seabed, the diver at the top can be able to locate its location visually. Then we have side lights. As you can view it from that particular side, we have 2 side lights, same to this other side, that you can use it to maybe view on the side obstacles or the side views of the ROV while you are remotely operating it. Then we have strobe lights at the front that we'll use to scare away maybe some deadly water animals. In this case, what we normally use is shark shield, but in our case, because there's no life on board, this is just an unmanned ROV, we are going to use blue light, because most prey water or prey aquatic animals they tend to run away from blue light. So as we undergo a search and rescue, the blue lights will be used to scare the approaching or the predating animals. That just an example of the shark. That is the underwater thruster that is used to take the ROV down due to its weight. It runs up to a maximum of 3,600 RPM. Then we have our front thruster, very fast. Then we have our side thrusters.
Review thruster.
Then we have our rear thruster. So the effect that you can feel, that buzzing sound, those are the pumps that help in spraying water if maybe if there's a bath fire or maybe a bay fire anywhere near a water source that the ROV can get in, then the ROV can be used to extinguish. This is just an innovative advantage that we have added to the ROV. But apart from that, we have the 2 ballast tanks that will be filled with air, so that the ROV can be able to be brought onshore or from the seabed to the top of the water very fast. That is maybe taking a speed of 6 kilometers per hour in ascending manner. We're expecting, according to the size of the power of the thrusters and the weight of the ROV, maybe under ordinary water current conditions, we are approximating it to move at 15 knots. And
we dedicate this innovation to our President, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, the Chairman of the Blue Economy, and a member of the Ocean Panel, High-Level Panel for Sustainable Ocean Economy, a unique initiative by 14 serving leaders from 14 countries who are working together, building a momentum towards 100% ocean management. On 3rd December this year, they launched the new Ocean Action Agenda. The main objective is to ensure sustainable ocean economy by striking a balance between economic exploitation and environmental conservation.
This is a message to our President, His Excellency Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. We appreciate the challenge that you offered to us as Kenyan youth. Us being Coast Team Innovators, we accepted that challenge, and we took a call to make sure that we are providing an innovative solutions to provide a solution to a problem that we're experiencing as a Kenyan. So being an innovative group in Coast, we decided to solve or to come up with solutions. This being a solution that we have been encountering in Kenya. We have vehicles plunging into oceans. We have the new blue economy that has started recently. We have a mapping of the GIS underwater mapping of ocean resources. We have water hyacinth in Kisumu that needs to be taken care of. This is a solution that we came up with, and we believe that having such innovative solutions will not only upgrade the status of our country, but also will also improve our economy, and will lead to Kenya being a developed country in future. And we really appreciate for that. We hence then call you to come visit us, see what we have or the solutions that we are offering as Coast Team Innovators, and we believe that you'll find it being one of the most useful resources and be very intellectual and also be beneficial to not only the country but also our continent in Africa as well. Thank you.